Yo, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. Welcome in. If you're watching this on replay, please like the stream. I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm sitting here with Ghostface. Whoever could this be underneath the mask?
I don't know. My name's right there, so you could probably figure it out. Yeah.
This is one of the easiest mysteries, sadly, I think, of the whole franchise.
Yeah, I thought I'd have a little fun. You know, we're going to be talking Scream. I might as well throw the mask. I have my robe, but it's in storage, so I'm sorry. I was going to put the whole robe on and everything, so I apologize.
I was going to wear a robe, have him have a mask on, but that didn't make a whole lot of sense. So we it was a whole thing.
We'll do the reveal. Here we go.
Take the mask off.
What's up? Here we go.
It's Tyler. Right. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me on. This is really awesome. I've been wanting to get on for a little while, and glad to be here.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're talking Scream with us. I'm really excited to talk about this franchise. I love talking Scream with people. So I guess I kind of want to. I'm curious your just general thoughts on the franchise. Just hit us with like your overall thoughts on all 6 movies so far.
Like movie by movie, or just as an overall in general?
You know, as a franchise, how do you feel about Scream? That's a better way to word it, I feel.
I think it's actually one of the smartest horror franchises out there. There was nothing else like it when the first Scream came out. That's what made it so successful. It didn't do well, I think, the first couple weekends, but then the word of mouth got out about it. And people were like, oh, you got to go see this movie. Like, it's really smart. It's witty. It's like meta. I don't even think people were using the word meta back then. I saw it in the theater when I was 16. So that kind of dates me a little bit. So you can tell how old I am. But it was definitely a word of mouth movie when it first came out. And that's what made it so cool. It was a phenomenon. And it grew organically. There wasn't a lot of marketing behind it and things like that. And it changed the horror landscape. You know, so many movies that came out after that. I Know What You Did Last Summer, in films like that, stole from Scream because it was so different and is what the horror community needed and wanted. You know, we'd had all these just kind of generic slashers and, movies for a long time. And it was a good, like, refresh on, hey, horror movies don't have to be this, just gore fest, hack and slash. They can actually have a good storyline, and they can actually talk about stuff that's relevant to today's society. So.
Yeah. It was a trailblazer, right? It hit the scene, and a lot of people were like, "That's pretty cool. Let's see what we can do in that same market." So I love Scream. I think it changed the shape of horror. I feel like movies are still super inspired by it today, which
Absolutely.
is great. There's a lot to break into with it, and I'm sure we'll talk. Well, I kind of want to. I was telling you, but backstage, I want to talk about like how you feel about each movie, each twist, and then of course what we all want from Scream 7. Lots to break down with there. But Tyler, before we really get into all of that, who is Tyler Mann? Who is this filmmaker named Tyler Mann? Let the audience at home know.
Well, I'm a cinematographer, writer, director, editor, based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma at the moment. But I've got over a 20-year career. Started in Oklahoma, then I actually I was working in film and television in college. So while I was studying film theory, I was also actually working on sets as a PA and camera assistant. And that's kind of how I learned, how to operate in the film world. So by the time I graduated, I had, probably a better resume than some of my professors, honestly. My first gig right after I graduated, Jared Leto hired me to go on tour with him for a year as his tour documentarian for 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I lived on a bus with Jared Leto and the band for a year. We toured the U.S. and Canada like 3 times. It was cool, but by the end of it, I was like, man, I never want to be on a tour bus ever again.
Yeah.
It was a little much, man, like being away from home and, sleeping in what they called coffins. That's what they call the beds that are inside the buses. Very small, not a lot of personal space, but, you do what you got to do. The one thing I did learn was that on tour, you don't wash your socks or your underwear. You just buy new socks and underwear whenever you need them, because it's just too much of a hassle. So
just gotta go to Walmart or something, pick up a new,
exactly.
just get a whole bag.
Yeah, and then I moved to LA right after I got done with the tour and worked in film and television out there on a bunch of movies, shot a lot of music videos, and then actually getting a job as the in-house video production guy for Warner Brothers Records. So I got to work with like Green Day, REM, Metallica, like all the biggest rock bands like on the planet, and that was freaking awesome. Those guys are all so nice. I never met one bad person except for Alanis Morissette. She was just a little cuckoo.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Isn't that ironic?
Isn't that ironic? Yeah. But then I moved to Austin. After that, I got tired of LA and just started shooting a bunch of TV shows down there, documentary TV. I'm sure you've seen a lot of them. And got tired of that, and I took a job, and I'm now the cinematographer and editor, head video guy for a pop culture museum that's opening up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's called OK Pop, and we're actually finished our funding in December, and now we're building out and designing all the exhibits on the inside. And I've been shooting interviews and videos and all this type of stuff for the content that actually will be in the museum. So.
Oh, nice. Wow. Okay. So
that was the short version, I guess.
So this is a job that's closer to home for you, though. Like that's kind of that kind of
my
nice?
family's from Oklahoma, so like it was. I took the job because I wanted to be closer to home, closer to my family and stuff like that. I've been gone for 20 years, you know what I mean? So yeah. I got a niece and nephews now, so it's like, all right. And it's good. I get healthcare and stuff. It's great.
Nice. I wonder what that's like. No, that's wonderful though, dude. And you're still a movie fan even after being like on the other side of it, because I feel like that's such an easy thing that you could get sick of if you had some bad experiences, right? I don't know.
No. Like that made me love it even more.
Good. That's wonderful.
Honestly, seeing, the chefs who are making these really amazing, dishes in the kitchen, like you get to see how it all happens, and
yeah,
it's kind of crazy how film sets operate. They're very, very, very well-oiled machines. And that's because if there's one bad cog in the machine, it gets replaced immediately. So you're not going to have a very long career in filmmaking if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're not good at your job. So that's why there's a turnover rate, but the people who are good at their jobs keep getting hired over and over and over again because of the way that works. So,
yeah. I think it's so interesting. I've never actually even been out to like California or LA and all that stuff. It's just been I've just been observing from afar, but it would be fun to actually get out on a set and just see how it operates. I've been on indie sets or whatever, but see like some kind of big studio production. I've always wondered what that's like, what that experience is like.
It's just the same thing on a bigger scale.
Scale.
That's all it is. And, union guys get mad if you do something wrong.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No, I got you. Well, I do want to say hi to some of the wonderful folks at home who are hanging out with us tonight.
Go for it.
We got Melissa. Oh, all good. Yeah. We got Melissa out here saying no more collective. No, we are still doing the collective. We're just taking a break here at the end of the month. The fellas and I are scheduling one for next Monday. So it's going to be fun. We're making it happen. In fact, me and the Night Watch Zone, we're going to have a kill zone this Thursday. So stop on by for that. We'll be, as we get into the new year in the middle of the week, we'll be back on our regular schedule here. We got Reaper Kid also with us saying, "What's up, Jake Dog? I'm excited to see more menacing and threatening phone calls with Sydney and Ghostface and that fantastic 1v1 between the two. This is going to be a big Reaper Kid. You and I are going to fight because I just don't, this is something I'll throw to you, Tyler. I don't know if there's any tension between Sydney and Ghostface anymore, which really bums me out because I love this character. I love Ghostface. But we've heard from Kevin Williamson himself and Nev Campbell that we're never going to kill Sidney Prescott. And now if I see, like, maybe this is just my ADHD brain, but if I see Sidney Prescott on screen now, I'm thinking, no way is she going to die. That's just never going to happen.
Well, never say never. I mean, they killed off Jamie Lee Curtis in the original Halloween timeline. So, I mean, never say never. But I think that's kind of why they're bringing her daughter Tatum into the mix now to kind of create that tension that's needed now, Yeah. But never say never is what I say.
I also feel like with her being so prepped with a gun at all times, like basically since Scream 5, I'm like, you're not gonna, no Ghostface is gonna best Sidney Prescott at this point. I don't know, but that's just my thinking. I'm still excited to see the character back, and I'm sure we'll dive deeper into that a little later. But I did want to bring that up. Jordan James is saying the Scream fans need a Scream reboot of the TV series, like a movie based on the TV series, I guess is what you're trying to say at some point. Did you ever like the TV series?
Me? Oh, I actually liked the first 2 seasons. Thought it was a great, getting back to that murder mystery thing. And I thought the acting was great. I thought the characters were great. I'll be honest, I hated the Brandon mask.
Yeah.
But, it was just like, okay, if you're going to do something different, do something completely different. Don't make it a weird ghost face type of thing. But I thought the story was great and really sad that we didn't get an ending to it because I wasn't a fan of season 3. I thought it was like, whatever. But the first 2 seasons I thought were awesome.
Yeah, I miss the Scream mask, the actual Ghostface mask. It's iconic. You can't replace it. Yeah, it was whatever. But I think I do like the story of those 2 seasons much more than 3.
Yeah, if we got a movie that was a continuation, like a good finale of those first 2 seasons, what season 3 would have been, I'd be all down for that.
And I'd love that. I feel like they would never do it, sadly. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, I will pitch, we could pitch a crazy idea for it and that would be a ton of fun. But I worry that it would never happen. I think people are more invested in like just the movie storyline in general, which again bums me out.
Yeah, it's sad.
We also got Jacob Wells hanging out with us. We got saying Scream 7 second trailer dropping soon. I've heard that there's one that's been rated. I'm hearing that it might hopefully comes out soon, hopefully next month. I hope we start to get this marketing train rolling here because I'm feeling like we've been just dropping these little holiday themed teasers and that's that's kind of been it outside of the original trailer. I really hope they do start to go crazy with it. They likely will. I can't imagine that we're just not going to hear anything in the next 2 months. So just stay patient is what I'll say.
Yep, I agree. And yeah, you're right. I saw the video from Critical Overlord who said, they had rated and sorry, my dogs were getting ornery over here. They had rated the new trailer. I guess it was like a minute 31 seconds or something like that. So we've got one coming. We just don't know what day. I'm guessing it's going to be very, very, very soon. Maybe during the Super Bowl. We'll get something during the Super Bowl. For sure.
I think we did with Scream 6, right? Didn't we get one during the something during the Super Bowl? I can't remember. Maybe so. I'm wrong.
I think so.
Because I don't know why, but I remember that year watching the Super Bowl and like being like, oh, the commercials are on, like lasering in, being like, oh, is there going to be new Scream footage or something? So that's a possibility.
They always do the movie trailers. They always do the movie trailers during the Super Bowl. So I would keep my eyes open.
That's exciting stuff, guys. So keep your eyes and ears open for the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't have any inside information. I'm just saying.
Tyler actually has all the inside information. I'm kidding.
None.
No. But it would be cool. It would be cool. We're just speculating on today's stream, baby. Lisa is saying, hey, everyone, hoping to get to see this stream live, but with 70-mile-per-hour winds, our internet keeps flickering. Guys, I took out the trash today, and I had an Amazon box that flew across an entire parking lot that I had to run after and chase down. So if it's windy out there, be careful. That's all I'm saying. It is crazy.
It's really windy here, and just be safe. Stay inside. Don't get out there in the wind. So. Yeah.
Don't take out the trash. Just wait till tomorrow.
Right. Don't worry about it.
I should have taken that advice earlier. We got Clark Kent. Thank you for being a channel member saying, yo, what's up, my friend?
Welcome in.
Samantha, I wanted to say hi because I'm so sorry. My internet crashed the other day when we were doing a gaming stream, and I am doing a water park simulator stream tonight for you. I even named it after you, Samantha. I said this one's for Samantha in the title, so we're gonna fix that tonight. Again, apologies about Friday night with the internet cutting out. Nightmare Files is also with us. Hey, hello, welcome in. Erica's stabbing for likes out there. Thank you for being a channel member, and thank you for modding tonight, Erica. You are so wonderful. Thank you. And we also have Jen Warner, who's been a member for 17 months. That's a really long time, Jen. Thank
Wow.
you so much. Thank you for the support. Saying hello, everyone. Hello, Jen. Welcome in. Thank you for using your chat to say hello and welcome, usher in all the friends and folks. So we appreciate that. Some good stuff. So Tyler, for me, when it comes to the original Scream film, that's the movie you got to try to beat if you're a sequel. But I also think that none of them can. Right? It's a masterpiece. It's a golden goose. How do you feel about this one?
You'll never beat it. I mean, it was the first of its kind. You know what I mean? A lot of movies that have come after it have tried to do the same thing but better, and they always fail. You know what I mean? It's just because it was so different. It was a movie of the era, of the time. And now that we've had so many of them, you know what I mean? People just kind of like, oh, it's another Scream movie, or it's another horror movie that's meta or something like, or a remake or a reboot or whatever. A legacy sequel, now it's all legacy sequels and things like that, bringing back, all the old characters like the Texas Chainsaw, requel, whatever, with it, which is actually it was directed by a friend of mine, David Blue Garcia.
Oh, no way!
Based out of Austin, Texas. Yeah, he was a cinematographer down there, fellow cinematographer based out of Austin, and yeah, I feel bad for him because that movie, he came on after I think it had already started shooting. They fired the director, and he came on after and tried to make the best of what he had. So sorry to get off base right there, but that's why Scream will never be beat, is just because it was the first of its kind.
Well, that, and also I have to point it out, we might not have been able to coordinate with the Ghostface robes, but you have a Texas Chainsaw Massacre poster right now, and I'm wearing my Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt. So this is actually a Texas Chainsaw Massacre stream now. Get wrecked. There we go.
Serendipity.
Wonderful stuff. I'll be honest, not to get too off topic here, I'm all over the place when it comes to requels. I think they're very hit or miss, in my opinion. I either really love them or they just don't work. They fall flat. I have a weird soft spot for that 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is not perfect by a country mile, but man, is it bloody and fun. It is just a dumb slasher, rock on. So I had a good time with it.
The scene in the party bus is like worth it alone. I mean, that was awesome. You can't, deny that. But
yeah. I do feel bad for him though, coming onto that project late and trying to salvage it. Is he? I don't know. I haven't kept up with him. Is he doing anything lately?
I don't know. I actually haven't either. I know a lot of people in the film industry. I actually stay off of social media a lot, like just because it's brain rot, and they can.
Good.
You got to get out there, touch some grass. You know what I mean? Get out there in the real world. Don't believe anything you see on social media. It's all people making themselves look the best they can. But a lot of my friends are doing really, really, really well. And I'm happy for them. They've gone on to Atlanta, Georgia, and other cities, and just done really well. So I hope David is doing well. I'm sure he is. He's a really talented cinematographer. So.
Nice, very nice. Well, that's good to hear. I just crazy. I haven't even thought about that movie in a couple of years, so I just thought that was funny to bring up. Erica's throwing 2 out there saying Jake and Tyler like you, so you should like them back, guys. If you like the stream, this stream will get thrown out to more fun horror loving folks out there. Might be kind of cool. We could get a whole ass party going on in here. So go ahead, hit that little button.
Go.
Erica and I'll join in this time. We will bite off your fingers if you don't. So that's never a fun time. Erica, thank you for the $2. I hope we're not eating any fingers tonight, but we'll see. Anyways, original film, it's a classic, comes out in 96. A year later, we have the sequel. I am so on the fence about the sequel, but I want to hear your thoughts about Scream 2.
I love the sequel. I loved it because what's funny is it came out, I think, in 99?
I think it's 97, right?
Was it 90? It came out a year after?
I'm pretty sure
the original was 96.
I'm pretty sure it's a year later because then you have Scream 3 coming out in 2000 after like some production problems.
Okay. May have been 98, but it was what I really liked. I think why I connected with it so much is I was going into college right when it came out. So I was like, this is the college. I'm living the college. It was 97. Okay. But I was getting ready to go into college, and so it was that whole like college experience and whatnot. And I really liked the killers in that one were really good. I mean, come on, Debbie Salt. It was a classic.
I respect it. I'm just not a Debbie Salt fan. Just didn't do it for me. I love Mickey though. I think Mickey is like maybe my favorite Ghostface killer in the whole bunch. I love his motive. I love Timothy Olyphant. I wish we had more of that in Scream 2 personally. That's my totally. My hot take about that sequel.
I mean, he was kind of obvious though, like once you're watching it, because he just disappears for so long in that movie. It's like, dude, he was awesome. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And then but you see him running around with his camera and whatnot in the first act and things like that. And then you see the stuff at the end where there's video up on the screen. They telegraphed that one, but they did not telegraph the Debbie Salt reveal. I thought that was really, really, really good.
Yeah, Timothy kind of like disappears halfway through the movie, and then I feel like Debbie Salt's just kind of like she pokes in with Gale just like here and there, right? No, it's a fun film overall. I love the college setting. I love some of the commentary we're getting ourselves into, just about like film. Like it's cool that it's a film based on like true events and how that's kind of slowly affecting our characters in real time. It's really subtle and awesome. Fun, and the opening's like maybe my favorite opening in the whole franchise. I love that opening sequence. It's so good.
Yeah, so good.
So such good stuff there. Scream 3 is a very polarizing one, though, too, I feel like everyone's kind of back and forth on this movie. How do you feel about Scooby-Doo Scream?
Oh, man. It's middle of the road for me. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. I think they leaned a little too much into the humor, in my opinion. Like, it's a funny movie. Like, watch it again. It's funny. It's more of a comedy than it is a horror movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel it's not as good as some of the other movies, some of the other sequels and things like that. But and honestly, Roman is probably one of my least favorite killers because I really think they tried to shoehorn a secret brother, you know what I mean, into the whole storyline. It's like, it felt a little contrived to me. And I know that's going to really make a lot of the viewers like not happy because there's a lot of Roman stands out there. I know that for sure.
We have, it's really funny. We have someone who comes into the chat. They'll throw out a super chat and just say Roman's the strongest Ghostface, and then they don't chat or interact anything. They just come in, they drop that, and they book it out of here. So I'm just like, okay,
man, you gotta respect it. whatever.
I'm terrified of that person, frankly. Like I don't sleep at night because of it. But but no, I'm with you though on the Secret Brother thing. I've never really been a fan of it. It doesn't do much for me. I like Scott Foley. I think his performance here is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I've just never been a fan of just the setup for it. It feels like something we get out of a soap opera, not not the Scream franchise, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just so your audience knows, I'm probably going to be full of a lot of hot takes tonight, so the chat might be blowing up a little bit. So
that's okay. They listen to my shitty takes all the time. So no, that's wonderful though. Scream 3, I think I've come around to just liking it, but it's probably my least favorite. I'm at the place where I'm like, I enjoy watching this, but it's not my first Scream movie that I pick up to go and watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, the whole like fax machine kill, like that is come on, that's so ridiculous. Like that's so Deus Ex Machina. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything had to go a certain way for that to even happen. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's very fun, and I can confidently say that about the movie. But I don't know if it does much else for me. Jen is throwing 5 out there though, saying that Kincaid was working with Roman. That's her theory, and that 3 is her favorite sequel. I love it. How do you feel about Mark Kincaid, Patrick Dempsey, McDreamy being a Ghostface killer?
They should have got him back, man. They should have got him back for 7.
Do you feel like it's a mistake that he's not the husband in the film?
No, I mean, I know that they tried to, and they couldn't make it work out. But let's see what Joel McHale can do. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's not. He's not." Da 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 da. You haven't seen the performance yet, guys. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens in movies, like the whole Heath Ledger casting. You know what I mean? In The Dark Knight, everybody's like, "What? Heath Ledger's the Joker, like the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You," and then it comes out and he just blows everybody out of the water. You know what I mean? So give Joel a chance. I think he could actually do some fun stuff. He's a funny guy. So he may be able to like have some good one-liners, steal the show maybe a little bit. So just saying.
He's honest to God, I think one of my like not favorite comedians, but he's up there. I think he's always great when he's like in that specific role. I think that's what's tough about him being Sidney Prescott's husband though. Like I see him, I see Jeff Winger. That's not to say that he can't play, a different role. It's not to say that, but I see that character. I see him playing that character so well. It's like it's going to be tough for me to, kind of displace that. But I love when actors are able to jump out of that comfort zone. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Brawl in Cell Block 99. I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
Yes, a long time ago.
It's Vince Vaughn. Yeah. Yes. And he's in this super serious role. And like, I know him from like Wedding Crashers and shit like that. Right. And here's him like just slipping into this completely different role where I've never seen him play this kind of character before. And I mean, he just kills it in that movie. If you guys have never seen that, really bit of a bizarre pull there. But I love when actors are able to find that. If Joel can find that here, rock on.
Well, what did you think about the Psycho remake that he was Norman Bates?
Well, that kind of undermines my whole point there. I'll be completely honest, but I don't know about that one. But Cell Block, that Brawl in Cell Block 99, I liked that one. But man, that movie, yikes! Never been crazy about it.
Me either. If you're gonna redo it, it was a shot for shot remake. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, like. Do something different if you're going to redo it. Just don't make me watch the same movie with different actors.
It actually has a great cast, though. Like, that's something I always like to point out about that movie. It's like, what if you just would have approached it differently? Like, this probably could have been at least decent, right? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I loved William H. Macy in it, though. He was great.
Yeah. I mean, he's everything I think he does is fantastic. He's so consistent. But I could talk about that forever. But Psycho remake, it's just such a bizarre thing. So weird.
Yeah. It's like, why?
You can't be afraid to do your own thing, even if it's Psycho, right? Like, that's got to be intimidating, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that takes some balls to say, "Oh, I'm going to remake Psycho."
Right? Like, that's one of the most influential films of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do it my way, actually. Like, that's crazy, right? But I love it.
I would get it.
Kincaid working as a ghost face. Well, you know what? There's still a chance for that. It sounds like Patrick Dempsey wants to return for Scream. I wish he was in 7. I wish he was the husband, but I guess there's a chance for it in the future, Jen. I really appreciate the 5, and thank you again for being a member. Thank you for supporting the page. Really does mean a lot. Did you wait, Michael? Did you not know that Vince Vaughn was in Psycho, dude? I don't know if that's what you meant by that, but check it out. It's crazy.
Or don't.
Or
Just
don't.
watch the original.
Yeah. Watch the original again. I actually like the Psycho sequels. Have you ever seen those before?
Yes, they're really good.
Underrated as hell. Like,
really,
no one talks
really
about
good. It. Like, crazy good.
Yeah, Psycho 2 and 3, I feel especially like they don't get enough love.
4, you can skip 4, but 2 and 3, yes, watch them. They're great.
Yeah, they're shockingly actually pretty good. But getting us back on track here, we have kind of the remake, but also kind of not really. Scream 4. This one I feel like is also kind of polarizing for some folks. Like, some folks are kind of on one side or the other. How do you feel about Scream 4?
I love Scream 4. I thought it was great. You know, I loved the new cast of kids that they brought in. You know, Hayden Panettiere, which she's so nice. I actually worked on a movie with her brother that passed away recently.
Oh, wow.
It was called The Perfect Game. And she was on set all the time because he was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old or something like that, maybe 11 or 12. Still a really young kid. And she would be on set all the time. And she was just so nice, like hanging out with everybody and whatnot. But sorry to get off track. I love Hayden. You know, I love Jill Roberts. What's her name?
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts played Jill. Yeah, sorry.
But that her name in the movie is Jill Roberts. Like, she has the same last name, which is always funny to me.
God, yeah. That's why I was getting confused. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, come on. Great cast. There's some great kills. The Olivia kill was awesome.
Oh,
There's some good sequences, like the whole barn sequence with Gail, you know, was cool. I love the reveal at the end. I think Scream 4 is one of the more solid sequels, honestly. Good way to bring the franchise back after, a little bit of a time away.
It's my favorite sequel. Like, I talk about these movies all the time, and the more I think I've just completely talked myself into liking 4 the best. It has my favorite reveal, like, of the sequels, and I think that says a lot. If you can really, I think it was my first Scream movie too, and it was like, it's a little more brutal than the other ones in a way, in terms of tone and how much just genuine blood is on screen. I really have just always loved this one. This is the movie I'm typically drawn to the most. I don't know. I've always really enjoyed Scream 4. It's a ton of fun. I think it maybe gets a little too meta at times. That's my only real critique of it. It's maybe just a little too in your face with that. But outside of that, I love it. I think it's great.
Can you be too meta in Scream?
That's a great point, though. That's a great argument.
I think in 5 maybe they tried to get a little. I think 5 is more meta than 4 is. Am I crazy?
I feel like 5 definitely gets like it's in your face a little more. Like, if we're talking about like the Mindy sequences where she's just kind of like spelling out everything to you, like I can see that feeling that like that's too meta. There's just I think there's some jokes in Scream 4 that don't land for me, that are all about the meta. Like, we're in a remake, there's some jokes like that I'm kind of like,
right.
I don't know. But I can see that. No, I can see that argument being applied to 5 for sure.
I think the motive in 4, Jill Roberts' motive, I think was fantastic, because it is somebody. I saw a comment that is still relatable today, but that motive is still relatable for today. You've got people online who, just influencers. That's their whole goal in life, is to be an Instagram influencer and whatnot. And so it's still relevant, and that's why I love the motive in 4. Thought it was great.
Well, and we have Jill, who literally kills her own mother in the film, which is insanity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
for followers, essentially, for a little bit of fame for 15 minutes. It's crazy, right?
I really wish we could have gotten the original ending for 4.
Yeah, wasn't she supposed to like live on, and we were gonna get like a 5 where someone knows her secret or something?
Yeah,
That would have been awesome.
That sounds really cool to me. But stuff happens, and
Not everything works out, sadly.
yeah.
We have Riker vibing with the Scream 4 love, saying Scream 4 definitely my favorite sequel to reveal the motive. Just so much fun. I think Tyler and I agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think this is always going to be my favorite sequel, weirdly enough, but I don't know, something could top it, and I'm down for 7 to try, so we'll see. And Tyler, I'll throw this to you. Scream 7 looks and feels like kind of Scream 4-ish. Is that just me, or what are your thoughts on that?
I get a little bit of Scream 4 and a little bit of Scream 5, but here's the thing. Like, we've gotten one trailer, and it hasn't shown any of like the kids or anything like that. You know what I mean? There's going to be this whole dynamic of Tatum and her friend group, and we haven't seen any of that. Or Anna Camp, who, is in the film as well. So this could be a movie that's completely different from what we're thinking about right now, because we haven't seen any scenes involving them. We don't know what their dynamic is going to be like. So I don't know. Right now, I think 7 is a kind of a big toss-up. We've seen some of the chase scenes they have set up, but like really, what makes a good Scream movie is the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the characters are relatable, when they have good relationships and things like that, that's what makes a good Scream movie. So my fingers are crossed that when we see some of that stuff, that it's gonna hopefully elevate it to one of the better sequels.
I really hope so. And I totally agree about the characters. I think there's been too many times in some of these movies where I just don't care about everybody on screen, or maybe even something more simple, just the fact that I don't believe that everyone on screen could have done it. Like, I think some of my favorite murder mysteries, when I really break them down, I'm like, anyone here could have done it. Like, I think about, this is just a more recent example, but like, well, actually, let's just go back to the original Scream. I feel like there's an argument that almost anyone there could have been someone behind the mask or an accomplice at the very least. This might be a hot take. I really enjoyed Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Did you ever see that flick?
Yeah. That's fantastic. The ending is so good too. The twist is great. So good.
I loved that I didn't like the characters. Like, does that make sense? Like, I feel like everyone there was kind of crappy and anyone could have done it. But what happens, I don't know. For me, I was like jaw on the ground. That's one of my favorite murder mysteries of the last couple of years, probably. I had a really good time with that one.
Yeah, and Lee, trying to think of his last name, Lee.
I know exactly who you're talking about. He was just in the
He's an Oklahoman. So I'm representing Oklahoma right now. I got the Spooklahoma shirt on right here with the Tulsa guy right here. And yeah, he's from Oklahoma, so just wanted to throw that out there. Got to represent.
I can't think of his last name either, but he's the bad guy in The Running Man, which I just saw, which was cool.
Yes, I loved that movie. Like, it didn't get great reviews, but I thought it was awesome.
I really had a great time with it. It's a nice little pick-me-up movie to counter the seasonal depression. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. There was lots of action. It was funny. You know what I mean? It wasn't the super serious take that they did with Arnie, in the first version, but I still thought it was awesome. It felt like an Edgar Wright movie, but not necessarily an Edgar Wright movie, if that makes sense. Lee Pace, yes. Sorry.
Lee Pace, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name.
I could name every movie he was in for a second there, but I'm like, I can't think of his last name, which is too funny. But yeah, I thought he was great in that movie. He's great in The Running Man. If you haven't seen Bodies, 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 and you're a Scream fan, I highly recommend it. But
watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It's great.
But Riker, thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it. I love the Scream 4 love, dude. Some great stuff.
Y'all got to give this guy some more money, man. Like, get some more super chats in here, because this guy deserves it. He's on stream all the time, man, working hard for you guys. So give him some love.
Well, thanks, Tyler. I appreciate it,
No,
man.
no problem.
I am excited to get into Scream 5. This is kind of when I was starting to really talk about Scream online. So like this is just it's a special movie to me. Is it the best sequel? No, but I think it has it has a special place in my heart for that reason. What are your thoughts on the fifth entry here?
I call it the nostalgia sequel. Kind of how I feel about it. It was like another break, kind of like what happened with Scream 4. It's like, okay, we got to remind everybody what Scream is, and kind of have they kind of rehash the whole Randy character with his niece and whatnot. They didn't take a whole. I mean, and we even went back to Stu's house, like in the for the finale and things like that. So I call it the nostalgia sequel. I don't think it's a bad movie. I really liked it a lot. Chad should have been dead. So I will say that he should have been a goner. I mean, come on, man. And even in 6, we'll get to that, I guess, but. He's kind of funny. He's like the new Dewey, you know what I mean? Where Dewey gets stabbed in 1, he gets really, really stabbed in 2, and he's still just throw him on a stretcher and hey, he's still alive over here.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's a pincushion.
I think it's a good movie. I liked what Radio Silence. I liked the way it was shot. A lot of people don't like the way it was shot, but I really liked it. I thought it was a very pretty film. I thought the acting was good. Don't have any qualms with it. It's so hard to rank all the sequels, man, because some of them are like so close with each other. So
I totally agree. I love Radio Silence movies just in general.
Yeah.
Like I really love like pretty much everything that they've done so far. You brought up
Abigail,
Southbound.
Red or No? Yeah.
Yeah, Southbound is criminally underrated. Like I need more people need to see Southbound. I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry, I'm totally spiraling here, but I don't think I ever really appreciated like VFX in movies until I saw Southbound. Because I'm like, how the hell did they make it look like how did they make that look like that? And like I looked up like the budget and stuff, and I'm like, what? Like this looks this is amazing budget. VFX. Yeah, super low budget, and Justin Martinez just did an amazing job. Like I literally was looking up, like who made this? Like what's going on? That's when I discovered them, and that movie just blew my mind when I first saw it. So I love Southbound. I love Radio Silence. Some great stuff there.
I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of how Radio Silence cut their teeth and got known in the industry. Is you having these super low budgets, like I think they did a lot of short films and other stuff, like where they would have VFX and it looked really good. So people saw what they were doing with smaller budgets and were like, okay, hey, we'll give you a little bit more money. What can you do? And then they just kept killing it, and now they're still killing it. I can't wait to see the Ready or Not sequel. It's going to be great.
Dude, yeah, Ready or Not's my absolute favorite from them. So I'm like a sequel to that. I'm here for it. Let's rock and roll. So 5 and 6, both very fun films, though. I think I like 6 more, oddly enough, but 5 does have a lot of great moments. I know fans were furious about this, but Dewey dying for me was like it gave it stakes. It was brutal. It made me tear up a little bit. It really was an emotional moment. Maybe one of the most impactful moments in like Scream sequel history. I'm curious what your thoughts are on killing off Dewey Riley here.
I agree with you. There has to be stakes in these movies, or else they're just boring retreads. You know what I mean? Like people have to be able to die. I mean, it's kind of how these things work. Gail, I don't think she's going to live through this next movie personally, but I don't know that for sure. But when you just got 6 movies, you know what I mean, or 5, because we're on 5. You got 5 movies, and the 3 main characters have made it through every single one. Just go, they're just gonna make it through another one. They're gonna be there for the next one and the next one. No, man, you got to start taking some chances and some big swings, and that's how you get the reaction out of the audience. You know what I mean? You do something that they're not going to expect. If they just expect these guys to make it through every single movie, like where's your tension? Where's your
And that's what I want from Scream. I want to be shocked, you know? Yeah, I want like a big, like, oh my God, you know, kind of moment. Those theater experiences for 5 and 6 were fantastic. And again, 5 and 6, they're not perfect movies, but they have that. And that to me was like, okay, these films delivered where a lot of legacy sequels and other franchises might not have. So I don't know. I was really happy with both 5 and 6, but moving into 6 here, I think I might have liked this one even more. I think it's even more like high octane, if you want to say that. It's got a lot more little like just a modern use of tension about it that I love. I think Radio Silence might have even stepped it up here a little bit. But what are your thoughts on Scream 6 in New York?
Before we get to that, let me make one quick point about the Dewey death.
Hit me with it.
I think that it was earned. If you look at his character, where his character was at the beginning of the film, they cut out a shot of the film, but he is drinking a lot. He is in a very bad place in life. You know, he's living in a trailer, he's drinking, he's seeing Gail on, you know, television shows, he's lost her. He's a despondent, you know, depressed guy. All the events give him back his, you know, reason to live. You know, give him a reason to be who he is, and that is a person who tracks these people down, protects people, and whatnot. And that's what he did in that hospital scene. He protected everybody, including one of the eventual killers. But, you know, he didn't know that at the time. And I think he went out a hero, personally, you know. And so I think it was a good send-off for him. And I think it was good for where his character was.
And I think that's just who Dewey was as a character. He was always someone who was going to throw himself in front of a knife just to save anybody, like not just his loved ones.
Absolutely.
It's an earned death. And I think that, you know, you can't, even though I do love the shock value of it, I do feel like if it was just like Gail, you know, for instance, let's put Gail in that situation. I don't know if it would have worked. You know, I don't want it to just be any legacy character dying. I think it makes sense for Dewey to die in that situation. Saving people he just met. That checks out. That's Dewey Riley, baby. That is consistent with where his character was left, where we left him in Scream 4. So if we're gonna, like, for instance, if we're gonna kill Gail moving into 7, there's gotta be a good reason, a good situation. And again, I want my heart to break. I don't want it to just be the shock of killing off a character who's lived through so many of these before. It's gotta work with the situation as well. I totally agree with that.
Well, think about it. Gail's character is kind of cyclical at this point. You know what I mean? She's the bad guy, and by the end of the movie, she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I get it." Da 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 da. And then the beginning of the next movie, she's written another book and pissed everybody off again, and then the cycle starts over and over at the end and beginning of every movie. It's like she needs something else, character-wise, or else I think she's got to go, personally.
I do agree that they're spinning their wheels with this character. They're not doing anything that I'm like oh wow, that's crazy. The only thing they've done with Gail in these two movies is like have her kind of be that counter to Dewey, have that friction in their relationship. But I just feel like that's really it. I guess that was one of our reasons that she's in New York City. I don't know. I'm with you though. I feel like she could go. And maybe like complete some sort of arc where she's no longer like realizes I probably shouldn't be writing about the ghost faces and dies in the process. That could be there could be something there. There could be something there that works. But I agree.
She likes money, man. That's all you got. Like, she likes money and fame. Like,
it ought to bite her in the ass. I mean, you know,
I agree. It should bite her in the ass at some point. She can't just keep pissing everybody.
Right. Eventually someone. I'm honestly shocked there hasn't been a ghost face who had that motive of like wanting to be Gale Weathers. You know, I've pitched this a few times on the page, but like I think it might be cool to have like a Gale-centric Scream where your killer ends up being like a up-and-coming young reporter who like wants to be the one that's writing the new Ghostface stories, who wants to have that legacy just like her, almost like a copycat in a weird sort of way. I've always thought that would be a cool motive.
No, I'd like that. I think it's cool. Totally.
There's something, I think that would be like a whole Gale like character study or something if you really wanted to take it down that path. But
well, it also turns it on its head. Everybody's expecting it to be about Sydney when really it's not. You know what I mean? Like that would be a really good twist when it comes down to it. And hopefully the new movie does something like that. But and I haven't seen any of the spoilers or seen any of the leaks. I'm trying to stay away from them as much as possible. I don't know if they're true or not. But I think something like that, your idea, I think is genius. I think that's kind of the stuff that Scream needs, like to kind of get away from the Sydney centric, where we're shoehorning in, relatives of people that you don't know about and this and that type of thing.
I want to see something that maybe just builds on a character opposed to just creates more movies, right? Because I think that's all that, like, secret long lost brothers or something. That's all that does is that just creates another movie. I want this to add something to Sydney as a character if we're going to focus on her, or Gale as a character, whatever. So 100%. Erica is throwing 2 out there saying, Tyler, I've been begging because Tyler said so. Here's a super chat. Well, I appreciate Erica. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support.
Guys. Good job.
And Gina is also throwing 5 out there as well. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for modding. Saying, send the like button some love, please, or Erica will have your fingers and Ziggy will do your toes. Ziggy is her dog, by the way, if you need context, Tyler. You're like, what? Huh? What? Watch your toes. Be careful.
I was actually looking for my dogs. One dog is over there on the floor, and my other one right here. This is Burrito.
Aw, little fella.
He hates being picked up.
So his name is Burrito, is what?
So this one over here, this is Bean.
Bean and Burrito. I love it.
Yeah, so I have a Bean Burrito set of dogs over here. So.
Aww. You said that earlier, and I was like, I didn't know if that was his name or like if you just call your dog a burrito. I don't know. I love it.
I mean, he's a Chihuahua and he's shaped like one. So I thought when I adopted him, I was like, Burrito's like perfect name.
It's right there. No, that's great stuff. Gina, thank you for the 5. I'm just loving all the dogs right now. I'm encapsulated in that. But now, we're talking about New York City, Scream 6. I do love 5 quite a bit. 6 felt like a step up to me in terms of what we were able to do with the new characters in particular. But I'm curious how you feel about this evolution.
I liked it. I was like, it needed a change of scenery, and I thought that was really fresh for the series. Felt like some of the characters didn't get enough screen time. Like Annika, I thought was a good character, and then she had like an amazing death scene. Like I think that's one of the favorites, out of the film. But how many other? They didn't raise the stakes in that one either. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people actually died in that movie, I don't think.
It's a lot of like NPC deaths. It's a lot of like, here's just this random character that happens to get stabbed.
Like the bodegas and stuff, the bodega scene and things like that. But like, how many of the main characters actually got it? I mean, Mindy got stabbed. Chad got stabbed like 80 billion times and still lived. Gale got stabbed and she lived. So it didn't raise the stakes at all. It actually brought the stakes down a bit for me. But I really liked the setting. I liked a lot of the scenery. I loved the shrine. I thought that was really cool. Seeing all the throwbacks to the other movies and things like that. And I didn't mind the motive at all in the reveal of the killers. Personally, I thought Dermot Mulroney, like, his so over the top, like, crazy psycho killer father thing was, it was entertaining for me. I thought it was great.
I've always thought his performance was hilarious. I will say, I think the first time I watched it, I felt like I had him figured out. Like, he has this line early on where he's kind of like, if you fuck with my family, you die.
Yes, I knew it was him when he said I'm glad you brought that up because yes, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, oh, so it's him. Okay. Yeah, I just, I think I was a little let down just from the reveal, but I think like just the performance is really fun in the back half. I just listen, Melissa, if you just have a movie where Melissa Barrera just stabs the shit out of someone, I'm sold. Like I will enjoy that movie. Plain and simple.
I was a little underwhelmed by their use of Kirby.
Yeah.
It almost kind of shoehorned her in as an FBI agent. I never saw Kirby as an FBI agent. You go back and watch 4, like that doesn't track for me. You know what I mean? That's a strange ending for her, where her character should be in the future from them. But yeah, I mean, you never know. People go on to do all types of crazy stuff in their life, but it felt weird to me, and she felt a little underused.
I almost wish we had set up something like where, maybe she went down like a dark path kind of vibe. I don't know, like whatever you wanted to write.
She might still, man. She might still.
Not even necessarily that she was like our killer, but like something where she had to like, I got to fix this. I got to fix the mess I've made with my life. So now I'm an FBI agent. It like you said, it didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like we went from like rebellious teenager to FBI agent. That doesn't, cause and effect. Where's that? That's right out the window.
Yeah. It's horror movie like nerd, and then interesting.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I think Kirby's literally introduced in Scream 4 like speeding past a cop, Dewey. So it's like, she's an FBI agent. So I agree that was a little bit of a head scratcher. I think it was fun to see Hayden back though. I think that's one of my favorite absolutely side characters like from the whole franchise. So was cool to have her back in the movie.
Yep.
And she gets to kill one of the ghost faces, so I'll take it.
So you got like a $10 donation over here, man. That's pretty.
I know. Jen is too kind. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 10. She's saying, I remember shortly after Scream 6 came out, seeing a video interview with Matt and Tyler. They said that with all the backlash about killing Dewey, they were afraid to kill anyone. Well, Tyler, what are your thoughts about that? Because I feel like Gail is within an inch of her life here in 6.
Well, Radio Silence isn't doing this movie. It's Kevin Williamson, and we know that Kevin Williamson isn't afraid to kill people. He killed Randy in 2. And so I think I'm saying bye-bye Gail in this one, honestly. I think she's a goner. Sorry guys, but her character arc has run its course. She will probably sacrifice herself to save somebody. And bye-bye Gail.
Bye-bye Gail. My conspiracy theory, and I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this, but my conspiracy theory about 6 was that Gail was supposed to die in that sequence, but like they couldn't kill her because if Gail had died, wouldn't Sydney show up and save the day? But of course they couldn't get Sydney for Scream 6, so they couldn't kill Gail. That's my theory. I don't know. Thoughts?
That's actually a really good point. Is because Sydney would show up if Gail,
right?
Yeah, she would. But obviously they couldn't get her back, so maybe they rewrote it and were like, "Oh no, she survives at the end," type of thing. But because she should have been a goner, I thought, in that scene. Just my personal opinion.
I think so, and I could see her going out here in Scream 7 being a bit of our emotional kill. There is something that's been brought up a few times on streams before that I will throw your way as well. Chad has lived through a lot. Do you think Ghostface? Do you think Ghostface is going to get like a pipe bomb or something and like end Chad's life? This is going to be our emotional legacy character death. I don't know. Thoughts for that for Scream 7.
Decapitations.
It's been set up, right? It's right there.
It's gotta be. Decapitations. It's gotta be. I think Chad. I think he might live again, honestly, just to subvert expectations. And I think they probably get Mindy. They kill off Mindy to give him that emotional moment. This is all just. I don't know anything. That's what I feel is going to happen. If I were to write the movie, that's kind of what I would do.
it's all theories. It's all speculation. It's fun. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to come up with theories. So yeah,
sorry, I said decapitations. I'm sorry, it was beheadings. I'm sorry, beheadings.
You. It's the same thing at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, but I got the line wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Beheadings. There we go. But Jen, thank you for the 10. We do appreciate it. I don't know. For me, at least, that was always my thoughts about that scene. I'm like, I just don't think it would make sense if they killed Gale. But maybe they didn't want to piss anybody else off. I don't know.
I mean, Jen, they did get a lot of backlash, but I'm sorry, man. That's part of it. Like, you can't listen to you can't do everything that the fandom wants. You're never going to make everybody happy, and you have to raise the stakes with your characters. You know what I mean? They have to feel like anybody can go. They even talk about it in Scream 5. You know, everybody, anybody can go, man. Anybody can die.
Sadly, I feel like there is, and this is something that no fan wants to hear, but sadly, I do think there is a difference between what fans want and what a franchise needs. And that's just a really tough reality sometimes. Because I just think if you keep bringing back characters, eventually you're going to get sick of them, no matter how strong they are as people or characters, whatever, in franchises. And it bums me out because I think some franchises could use characters from the past again, others not as much. And it's all case by case, really.
Totally. No, I totally agree with you. And that's why I'm hoping the characters in the new movie that we have not seen yet can really elevate the sequel. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's a lot in this movie that we haven't seen, guys. I'm just going to reiterate that. I think there's a chance it could be a completely different movie than everything that you've already seen so far.
And that would be awesome. I would be very happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, it gets so old, like revealing everything in the trailers. When I saw the first trailer, I was like, wow, did they just reveal like the opening scene kill and whatnot? I was like, they won't do that.
There's got to be more to it, right?
There's got to be more to it. Like, they did the whole meta and like the opening scene in 4. I thought that opening scene was great. Personally, a lot of people hate it, but like the movie within the movie thing, I thought was hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was smart.
It's catching us up, it's covering all the things that happened in horror across that decade that where Scream didn't have a new installment, right? I love that. I think it's fun. Jen, thank you for the 10 again. I again appreciate the support of the page. We also have the Alpha coming through, becoming a new channel member. Appreciate you. Thank you. We're going to see the Alpha again in 28 years later, the Bone Temple coming up here soon. Tyler, are you excited for those movies?
Ready to see some more zombie dong.
me fucking too, man. It was outrageous.
No, I am. I'm excited for Bone Temple. The 28 years later is a very divisive film. It's 2 movies in one when you watch it. You know what I mean? So the first half is one movie, the second half is another movie. And so I feel like Bone Temple is going to be the third act of what would have been the third act of the first movie, if that makes sense. I think there's probably going to be some fan edits whenever this movie comes out where people are going to combine those first 2 movies into a first act, second act, third act type of fan edit.
Yeah.
Which I love fan edits. I think those are awesome. So.
Well, and like the opening scene of Years and the final scene feel like it's just set up for the next movie, right? So I think that put a weird taste in people's mouths, but I think once we see it all, like the full vision, like all 3 of these movies that are out, I think it's all going to make sense then. But for now, it's an odd thing, and I get it, I get the reaction, but for me, I loved that movie. Like I was over the moon about it. Loved how weird it got.
And I'll tell you, guys, Danny Boyle is a freaking genius. Okay, like the guy's made some amazing films, and he's not past his prime yet. He's not making crap these days. He chooses his projects pretty sparingly. So I believe in him as a producer on these films. Even if he's not directing, he's got a creative hand in it. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be awesome. But the whole weird ninja chav thing, man, that I was like, okay, man, you go with it, go be weird. But it was a very strange ending for me.
When I heard
I lost my light.
Oh no! Well, you got kind of like a moody thing going on right now.
I'll do the moody thing. How about that? We'll do the moody thing. I can replace the battery on it, but let me do that. Let me replace the battery. You can talk to the fans real quick. Let me replace the battery on it.
All good, dude. Okay. We got Austin Allman who's thrown 2 out there saying Sid can't die, but she can still lose limbs. I mean, we could chop off a finger or 2. I feel like that would be pretty brutal. I think in a way that could be as impactful as a character death is like Sydney losing a finger or Sydney, something like that, where it's like, oh my God, we're maiming this character. Like this is something that's gonna this is a weird comparison again, but like John Wick losing a finger in, I think it's 3, like that's kind of a similar situation. You're like, oh shit, like he's like, he doesn't have, that's no longer part of his his hands are weapons, damn it. So I can kind of see that being like a really like almost a loss in its own weird way that could hurt a little bit. So Austin, I think you're making a joke here, but I honestly could see that kind of weirdly working as an emotional thing. Just be like, oh my God, this is brutal. Like, are we actually going to kill Sydney? Like that could hurt. So I actually kind of weirdly love that. If Sydney loses like some fingertips or something, goes full Tony Iommi, we'll see. But Austin, thank you for the 2. I really appreciate it. Guys, Burrito is staring at me like dead in my eyes right now.
Hey, Burrito.
No, I'm kidding. It's all good. I just noticed he's like looking at the bottom of the camera at me, and I'm like, oh man.
Well, Bean wants to come. Bean wants to hang out.
That's all good. Bean and Burrito can hang out. I love it.
They're good pups.
Good. But yeah, I'm like weird. January, I have so many weird little movies that I'm excited for. I think Primate and Primate and Return to Silent Hill. I'm like weirdly excited for both of these. With moving into 2026, we have the new year literally this week. Tyler, what's like your most anticipated upcoming horror flick?
Oh God, man, that's a tough one. What do we have coming out? Like, let's say the first 3 months. What do we got? What do we got coming up? Yeah, you mentioned Primate, Return to Silent Hill. We got Scream 7. What else do we have?
Strangers Chapter 3, which I can't even believe I mentioned.
No. Skip that one.
We could skip that one. We also have actually Ready or Not 2 has been bumped up a couple of weeks, so that's going to be in March now.
Yes, absolutely. Radio silence. Coming through again.
That's probably the one I'm the most excited for. If I'm like Scream 7, hell yeah, like this is gonna rock. But I have a lot of faith in Ready or Not 2.
Yeah, it's such a good premise as well. It's so different. You know what I mean? That's what you kind of need nowadays if you want to be successful, like in the horror movie realm. You got to come up with something new. That's why I really like. What was the film about? It was from the killer's perspective. In the woods.
In a Violent Nature?
In a Violent Nature, yes. Sorry, thanks. For that movie, I thought was genius. I thought it was great. I've actually had that thought before. It's like, whoa, what if we had a movie from the killer's perspective the whole time? But they made it so relaxed. It was almost relaxing to watch that movie, like ASMR type of stuff. AMSR. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff, but that's why I thought that movie was great. I was like, yes, give me more of that. And I think there's a sequel of that.
It's on the way. Yeah, I'm hyped up for that, dude. Whenever
sir.
that comes out, I'll be there.
Yes,
that's gonna be great. I loved that movie. I love movies from killers' perspectives. I'm trying to think what else, like what other like big killer movies. We have Evil Dead Burn, which is, I think I brought that up to you earlier. Like that's a new Evil Dead on the way. That's going to be fun. Man, really trying to think what else. I'm drawing a blank, and I do this for a living. Holy shit. 2026
in the chat. Come on, tell us, what movies should we be watching?
What movie should we be looking out for? Scary Movie 6 is next year too, which is like, that's kind of a horror movie. It's kind of a comedy, but gets
Man,
brought
that
up a
one
lot.
those got real bad there at the end, like
Yeah,
really bad. So I don't know. Marlon Wayans, I don't know. Did you see him?
I did. Yeah.
What did you think about him?
I'm like so on the fence about it because there's parts of it that I loved and there's parts of it that just had me like, oh, huh? The story, I don't think I got into the story. Like is my problem with it, but I loved the concept. I think it's shot so well, like so
No,
unbelievably
yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's very stylish. There's so much, again, there's so much about this movie I love. I think from a distance, this is like a stylish masterpiece.
Sure, absolutely. I liked it a lot. Man, Marlon Wayans in that movie was so good. It took me back to the days of like what was the movie with Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans, like the terrible one that like nobody can watch more than once. You know what I'm talking about? The Darren Aronofsky.
With Marlon Wayne. Oh no, I don't know this one.
Yeah, Jared Leto, Darren Aronofsky. Come on, guys.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Chattel, Requiem for a Dream.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
that
it
sounds
was really
familiar.
good. That was like his first dramatic role, and I think he's a better dramatic actor than he is a comedic actor, personally.
He's great. I mean, he's like the highlight of him, without a doubt. Like performance wise,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's amazing in that.
Yep.
So I
Weird
definitely
movie
would.
though.
It's a weird movie. I do like. I think him is gonna find its audience. I think that's gonna be one of those weird movies where like 5 years down the line, like people are like randomly gonna bring that one back up. It's gonna have a major resurface, you know. But like just right now, I feel like people are kind of lukewarm on it.
I don't think people know what to think about it.
Yeah,
It's just so freaking weird.
it's very weird. But it has some images and moments that still have stuck with me. So like there's something
Yeah.
there, you know.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's
reminds
not.
me of kind of like Phantasm. Like Phantasm was such a fever dream weird movie that doesn't make any freaking sense whatsoever. And it didn't have a good reception when it came out, you know what I mean? And found its legs later on, you know, years down the road. People were like, have you seen this weird ass freaking horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it felt like to me. Very phantasmy, fever dream type of thing.
This is totally a phantasm. I 100%. I totally agree. Maybe we'll get 4 weird sequels down the line too. And you know what? I'll watch them all. But
I think you'll watch every sequel to everything, which I mean, I think you should.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I love when
except for Chapter 3, Strangers Chapter 3. Don't watch it.
I'm honestly, dude. If I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't have even seen Chapter 2, dude. Man, whew, that was
That
a
makes me so
stinker.
sad, dude, because that's Rennie Harlan. Like he directed Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. You know what I mean? He was a music video director before he ever directed anything else. And Nightmare 4 was his first film. And God dang, man, come on, what are you doing?
He's got some really good credits under his belt, man. I like Deep Blue Sea. He directed that. I love that movie personally.
It's awesome.
He's actually, it's funny, he's working on a new movie with Melissa Barrera, since we're on the Scream topic. It's like an orca movie or something. I'm like, I'll fucking, like, that might actually be good, but his take on the Strangers has been, in the poop.
We don't need a backstory for the Strangers. That's what makes them scary.
Yeah. The whole point of
That's
this
the whole
trilogy,
point.
it was like doomed. It was doomed from the beginning, kind of thing. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you do this kind of story for these specific characters? I don't know.
It was some producer who owned the rights. It was like, we got to milk this thing for as much as we can. That's what it was. It's all money.
It's all money.
Honestly.
It's sad, but it is true. Scream 7, though, I hope is not all about the money. I hope we have a reason to be going back to Sidney Prescott, for instance. How do you feel about this switch up? Because, we were kind of focused on new characters the last 2 movies. Now we're back to our original final girl. What do you think there's more story left to write with Sidney Prescott?
I think there's always more story to write about Sidney Prescott as long as the story is good. You know, like, don't have her in a movie just to have her because the fans want her back. Like, put her in the movie if it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's always been my feeling about any character in any movie. Like, don't bring them back just for fan service. Bring them back if you have a good story to tell.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole point of these movies.
Yeah, I think these are these are slasher movies that are so invested in the characters. Where there's a lot of slashers where it's like they're just meat bags here to be some kind of crazy kill, and that's fun too. There's nothing wrong with that. But
absolutely, yeah.
Scream, I think what I love about it though is that it is maybe even more so about the main, like your protagonists rather than who's underneath the mask. That's a part of it. Don't get me wrong, but kind of following these like different chapters of these characters' lives and how this thing just keeps popping up. There's a new person under the mask that wants to kill them. I love that, and I really hope they're able to deliver on this like next chapter in Sydney's life in an effective way. And I also hope the new characters that are backing us up here too, Tatum especially. I hope they deliver some good performances. It's a big thing I think to sell this movie for me.
I totally agree, and I mean, let's be honest. How many times are these people going to pop up in this one woman's life? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's got to be over at some point. She's got to either have an happy ending or a bad ending. That's just the way it needs to be. Like, just don't have her back for fan service. That's all I ask. Like, just tell a good story.
Yeah, tell a good story. Have someone interesting underneath the mask. I don't even care if I guess it at this point. I just want a good motive that isn't like I'm somebody's brother, cousin, sister, whatever. Like if it's something other than that, I'll be happy.
I have a feeling it's probably going to be something like that in this next one, but come on, we'll see.
We'll see, man. I really think it's gonna be like Stu's sister. That's been my like leading theory for a while, and I'm just like, dude, like.
That's a lot of people's theories right now, but
it feels natural because we got that name drop in Scream 5, and then we have Anna Camp. Like, there's some behind the scenes photos which I won't go too deep into, but there's some photos of her like in like a leather jacket. So people are like, that's usually what killers or evil people wear. So
a lot of people read a lot into stuff that they probably shouldn't, what I mean? But but it also fuels the fandom, fuels discussion, fuels the theories. That's what's fun about the Scream movies is that what other horror movies do we sit here and have so much conversation about who could it be? It's the murder mystery aspect of it. Who could it be? What's the motive this time? You know what I mean? That's why people like these movies is people love murder mysteries. People like trying to figure out, like finding the clues, like all the killers wearing the plaid shirts and things like that in the past films and things like that, little Easter eggs. And it keeps the audience guessing. It keeps the fandom engaged and whatnot. And so guess we'll see.
Yeah, I hope that we're able to pull the wool over fans' eyes who are very keen to a lot of the tricks and all that this franchise likes to play. So I'm hoping this one comes in.
Kevin's smart too. He knows all about all these theories and fan. I'm sure he reads a lot of this stuff honestly, and probably takes it to heart into his writing as well. So.
Yeah, and knowing that he did a draft of the script or whatever, like it gives me a lot of confidence moving into this one, that it might feel very screamy, very like original run of Scream again, which I think a lot of fans miss that, the vibes of that original trilogy. I think this one could capture some of that.
Well, if you don't have Wes, man, Kevin's
that's a big part of it
thing at this point, so.
Yeah. So I'm definitely excited to see where this whole thing goes. Tyler, we might wrap up at the hour 30 mark here, and I'm just curious. Are you working on anything outside of the museum right now, or is that kind of just like your main focus?
Well, when I was living in Austin, I did a lot of developing of TV shows and things like that, and right now I'm kind of in the middle of development on a docu-series and things like that. I can't talk too much about it, but it's pretty cool if you like music and things like that. I've been writing a feature script, and I've got a short film, which is actually will only be my second short film ever. The first one, actually, I have it over here. First one was actually my first short film ever, was shot in 6 hours for $0, just pizza and beer for the crew. And it got bought by Bloody Disgusting and put onto their World of Death series DVDs. So I've got a sealed version of it here. It's my only one. I gave a bunch of the other ones away and whatnot. But like, I brought that up because I want the fans out there to know that you don't have to have a huge amount of money to make something that's cool, and make something that people want to see or will buy. I actually made money from that film, from Bloody Disgusting. You know, they auctioned it, and it's still streaming right now. I made it 10 years ago, and it's still streaming on their streaming service, on Bloody Bites and whatnot. So get out there and make something. It took us 6 hours, you know, with one light. I shot, directed, edited, you know, and did everything on it. And it came out good enough for, I guess, other people to want to see it. I don't think it's that great. You know what I mean? Like, I learned a lot on that one. But I've got another short that's pretty awesome. I've got some people attached to it. I'm just still trying to get some funding for it. I've got some big name actors and some big name music people involved and whatnot. So this takes a little time to get, because I don't want to. I want to be able to pay people like an actual wage. I'm not going to go out there like this time. I want to do it right and do it and be able to pay the people who work on a film their proper day rates, which, you know, it's expensive and whatnot. So still, I want to rack that money up and then make it. But I'm also writing a feature script, which is not a horror. The short is a horror thriller type of thing. Takes place in a motel on Route 66. It's pretty cool. But the feature is not. Feature's more of a coming of age drama type of film. So yeah, got a few things in the works.
Nice, dude. No, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to watch that short if I can find it there.
It's called The Seamstress.
Okay.
And I think it's on my YouTube channel. But it's only like, I don't know, 7 minutes long, something like that. Like I said, we shot it with one light. Had one light from like Home Depot or something like that. Shot it on a GH4, Panasonic GH4. I did have a professional sound guy and professional sound mixer on it. I will say, because they were friends of mine in the film industry. So I was like, please do my sound for pizza and beer. And they were like, okay. So they had an extra day. So we did it on everybody's day off, and it's fun and had some great acting. Bloody Disgusting, they did a podcast on it, and they were like, holy shit, the acting from the dog in the movie in the short is so good.
Oh, so sick. Okay. Well,
yeah.
two dogs on the stream tonight. Excellent dog acting in the short. I'm just this is the most wonderful stream I've done in a long time. It's great.
Oh, well, thank you. That makes me feel awesome.
Yeah, of course, dude. I'm gonna have to check that out as soon as possible, guys. Go check out that and it's on your YouTube channel, because like there's also
let me see if I can find a link to it, and I can just put it in the chat real quick if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. And guys, you can find Tyler's YouTube channel just like it's in the title of this. If you just click the @ there, go subscribe, check it out. Check out some of his other projects and all that fun stuff. So give it a watch.
Yeah, I think in my YouTube channel nowadays is mostly just kind of stream of life consciousness stuff, and whatnot. So don't expect it to be all horror centric or anything like that. It's just me in my life.
No, good stuff. Erica actually threw out the link just now. So guys, go check that out.
Found it?
At least to your channel. I'm not sure if that's actually the
I can find it. Give me 1 sec. Unless you're really dying to get off. Okay, I found it.
No, not at all.
See, it didn't take me long. Sure. Copy. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to doing these streams. I'm really thankful for Jake having me on tonight.
Dude.
It's been fun.
No, you're all good, man. We're just having fun. We're just hanging out. So,
did any of my hot takes piss anybody off?
I hope not. But we all have different opinions on art and movies and all that. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay. It might not let you share links in the chat. I just thought about. Okay, there we go.
Got it.
It worked. I was going to say I'm like
my YouTube. I had to connect my accounts and stuff like that.
Okay, I was going to say if that doesn't work, we'll figure something. We'll make something happen. We'll make something work here. A couple more things before we wrap this thing up here. We got Austin saying thoughts on a Comic-Con premonition for Final Destination. Tyler, we have a 7th Final Destination movie in the works. What do you think about starting this one at Comic-Con next time?
Ooh. Okay, but what would the disaster be? That's the question.
Would it be like a warehouse, like they do them in those big like auditoriums or whatever? Would it be like that breaking down? Maybe it's like old, some bolts are coming loose and shit.
Maybe it's in California. There's an earthquake or something like that.
There we go. Okay.
Which awesome. Earthquakes are scary as hell. I don't know if you've ever whenever I moved to California and I experienced my first one, I freaked out. Like ran out of the building, was like, oh my God, like we're all gonna die type of thing. And it's but I'm from Oklahoma and there's tornadoes like constantly here, like in the spring and in the fall. And those freak everybody out. But like when I hear the tornado sirens, just go outside and like, oh, you say anything? Where is it? You know what I mean? It's just us Oklahoma people. And that's how they are in California about earthquakes and whatnot. But I think earthquake would be kind of interesting.
I think just natural disaster in general, we really haven't had that for anything in Final Destination. I made a whole video about this like a couple of months ago because I'm like, a natural disaster opening would be fucking awesome. Like that'd be terrifying. So I second
tornadoes? That. What about tornadoes?
I said do Twisters, but as the opening scene of a Final Destination. I mean, like that'd be great.
Awesome.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Austin, I'm here for that. I'm down for that kind of that setting, that vibe. The group of characters too that would be like at this setting and have to deal with that.
God. All the horror movie like fans there.
It would be like super meta and kind of screamy. I'd be down for that. That'd be so much fun, dude.
That. That's a great idea.
Killer idea, Austin. Great stuff. Dude, thank you for the 2. And we also have Gina coming in with another 5 saying probably won't catch another live before. So Merry New Year, everyone, and many snuggles from Ziggy Puppy Pup. Hey, so much love to you, Gina. Thank you so much for being here with us. Have a happy New Year. If I don't see you until then, we'll be live on the 2nd, me and the Night Watch Zone. I think that's Thursday, right? The 1st. We'll be live on New Year's Day. We'll be hungover. It'll be a great stream. But Gina, thank you for the 5.
I won't be. I don't usually celebrate New Year's Day, but I also have an interview to shoot on New Year's Day. So I'm gonna be taking it. Hey man, it's part of the gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing a stream that day, so I understand. Too much fun, man. Well, Tyler, before we wrap up here, is there anything else that you want to throw out there, just to kind of pitch, or I don't know?
I do want to say thank you to all the people who followed Jake and for him having me on. You guys are really cool. I saw Critical Overlord, I think, in the comments over there too. I watch his stuff as well. So it's cool that he likes to pop in, say what's up. But support this guy, man. He's working his butt off to try and make you guys happy. Honestly, he's put out so much freaking content. Like, it's insane. I could never do what he does. And I do this stuff like professionally. So I want to give him a shout out, like, for how hard he's working to make fans like you guys happy and have these conversations and keep you guys engaged. So support him. Do everything you can. Join his channel, become a member, get on his Patreon. Like, do everything you can, man, because he freaking deserves it, honestly. So.
Well, Tyler, thank you so much, man. That's really kind of you to say, and just really means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you for coming on stream, and thanks for having a good conversation with me, man.
That was fun. Let's do it again.
Absolutely, dude. Well, for sure, for sure. Well, guys, thank you again for joining us. Thanks for talking Scream with us and all kinds of other crazy things as well. I'll be live again tomorrow for probably the last stream of the year, and then I'll have a couple more videos for you before we wrap up 2025. But guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Are we gonna get one last burrito appearance?
Burrito!
Bye-bye.